it is your marriage success coach, Adaeze Chiwoko. And just like you, there was a time when I felt like I was doing all the things. I was doing all the stuff, yet I wasn't getting back what I thought I should be getting. And my partner was feeling unseen, unappreciated, and all this other stuff. And I was left feeling absolutely confused. I was ticking the boxes, but I wasn't getting the results. And for those of you who feel the same, this video is for you. I want to show you how you can shift from doing to connecting. So in my work as a marriage success coach, I work with hundreds of couples all around the world, helping them to radically transform their marriage. And I've noticed in my work that for so many people, they relate love to what we do. If I'm showing up, if I'm ticking the boxes, then surely that means I love you, right? Well, yes, but no. The truth is, love, real love, is not about what you do, and it's all about how you make your partner feel. Let me say that again. Real love is not about what you do. It is more about how you make your partner feel. And that, my friend, is the trap that many couples fall into. Focusing on being in action mode, doing all the things, while your partner is just craving connection. Now, I know you're probably feeling really uncomfortable with this because it's not what we've been taught. But you probably recognize even already that what I'm saying is true. But let's go a little bit deeper. So we've been sold an idea of what a good wife is, what a good husband is. We've almost been given a tick box of what thou shalt do and what thou shalt not do. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong in them. Absolutely, there are things that we need to do in our marriages to keep them healthy, keep them strong, and develop connection. However, the issue here isn't what you do. The issue here is what is driving the action, i.e. intention. Now, this truth might be hard to receive, but your partner actually isn't moved by what you do. They are moved by how what you do makes them feel. It's always about the feeling. When you hear your partner say things like, yeah, you do a lot, but I just don't feel appreciated. Or, yeah, I can see everything you're doing, but I just don't feel like we're connected. Or, thank you for everything that you do, but I just feel alone. They're not being ungrateful. What they're trying to say is, all of this is great, but it's just not reaching my heart. And you might receive that as a them problem, but I want to challenge that thought and get you to consider whether it is an issue with your intention, or should I say, whether it's an issue with your focus. So like I said before, it's really easy to get into marriage and think, these are the things I need to do to keep this marriage alive, and be so set and focused on action mode that we completely ignore connection mode. And I want that balance to shift. I want us to move into connection mode, being focused on how we make our partner feel and letting that be the driving point that causes us to do. Let me say that again. When we focus on how we make our partner feel, then that can drive the actions. So I'm not saying stop the action. What I am saying is asking yourself, what is the feeling I want to generate in my partner? And out of that, let all my actions be born out of. So let me show you how to work this in practically so that you can shift from action mode to connection mode, which is going to give you great marriage mode. So for example, I'm going to use a wife and cooking because I'm a woman. It's easier for me to do that. So I might go in the kitchen and think, right, well, I've got to cook now. I have to cook. It's what I have to do. It's part of my duties, although in my household, Mr. Chiwoko cooks a lot more than me. However, it's easy to get into that way of thinking. I have to do this because it's my duty. It's what's expected, so I'm going to do it. And from that point of view, I'm focusing on the action as a tick box. I must do. Whereas what I want you to start doing instead is focus on how you want your partner or your family to feel. I would love my family to feel nurtured and cared for. That is a desire I have. That is what the feeling I want to generate in my home and in my marriage. Therefore, I will cook as a way of expressing my desire for them to feel nurtured. And as you do it from that place, the energy into that cooking will be different. The way you serve it will be different. How it feels will be different. How you feel will be different. And therefore, how your partner interacts with you and feels about it will be different. They can get food from somewhere. Yes, they're hungry. Maybe it is easier for you to cook, but really, they want to feel nurtured and cared for. So that's where we start. Another example, maybe it's hubby that's like, well, you know what? She keeps complaining about me not buying flowers. So let me just buy the flowers. Let me just get her a gift because she says I don't buy her anything. It's what I've heard husbands have to do. It's a tick box thing. Let me do the action. So you go out, you buy the flowers and you give it to her. But what if you changed the energy? What if you changed the intention? What if you changed the desire? So rather than the desire just being to tick a box, what about saying, I want my partner to feel seen and appreciated? I want my partner to feel special and prioritized. So, because of that desire to generate that feeling within her, I'm going to go and do this. And so, as I do it, my intention, my energy, my delivery, the approach, even in how I give it to her, feels different. And she receives it with that connection because that is the underlying energy, intention underneath your action. It sounds like a small shift, but this could radically transform the atmosphere and the energy and the feeling within your marriage. Because when love is done with intention, it stops being a duty and starts to build intimacy. Now, why does this matter for you? Well, let's be real. When you keep doing things out of duty, ticking all these boxes, doing all this stuff, you're going to start feeling resentful if you don't start getting the feedback that you actually desire, right? So when you're doing all these things and you're hearing, yeah, but I just don't feel connected, or you don't really appreciate me, and you're like, what? Wait a minute. Did you see all this stuff that I did? Have you seen all of that I did for you? Did you see when I did this? And it's just not reaching their heart. What's going to happen to you is you start to feel resentful and unappreciated. But when you're doing it from a place of, I desire my partner to feel this way, these are the feelings I want to generate within this marriage, then it doesn't feel like just a duty. It feels like you're giving, right? It feels fulfilling to you. It feels like there's a greater purpose, right? So operating from this place with that intention doesn't just create a positive feeling within your partner, but it also does a lot for you. Because love isn't just something that we give, it's something that we generate. This is the thing with marriage, we get to help our partners feel different things. And I know that people say, well, if you want to feel happy, that's you make yourself feel happy. Yes, underneath it all, but actually when we're in a marriage, we have the power to generate feelings within each other. If you want to start to operate from this standpoint, the connection standpoint, the feeling standpoint, there's two ways I want you to approach this. You can either go away and have a look at the things that you already do, right? List them down and start to reframe them. Think about the things that you do and what you want your partner to feel. Right? So if you're the person that always takes out the bins, think about, well, what does this represent? What would I like it to represent in my partner or to my partner and in my marriage? If you're the person that cooks most, what's the feeling you want to generate, feel within yourself and generate in your partner as you do this? The other way you can do it is just list down all the feelings you want your partner to feel. You want them to feel loved, you want them to feel appreciated, cared for, prioritized, special, whatever that list is, and then line up your activities with them, right? So I'm going to give them a kiss every single morning because I want them to know that they're loved. I'm going to initiate sex as frequently as possible because I want them to feel desired. I am going to help out in the house, not out of a sense of duty, but because I want them to feel supported. This is what I desire for them, and what a gift. What a gift to have somebody who loves you so much that they do things because they want you to feel all these positive emotions within your life, not out of a sense of duty and obligation. Hey, listen, sometimes some marriages are so disconnected that it can just feel like an uphill battle to try and get that connection back. And if that is you, then reach out for help. Book a free consultation with me. Let's take a look under the hood of your marriage and see how we can begin to build that connection back. Also, take advantage of my free quiz if you want to have a look at the strength and how healthy your marriage is at present. We can't change anything that we're not aware of, so you need to face the truth and then do something about it. As always, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can be notified every time I bring to you another amazing marriage-related video. I'll see you next time.